What's happening? It's David Banner, one of the original 6'6" Raw alumni. So what you do right now is stay tuned to, y'all say 6'6", I say 66. I'm gonna say it like I'm used to say it, and make sure you get that app and tune in whenever my people is on there, you know what I'm saying? Salute to the general, Miss Kitty, I love y'all.
Banner, man. Yeah. How you feeling, brother?
I can't even sit here and lie today, man. It's been crazy. I've been in jail more this month than I have in my whole entire life.
Wow.
You know, two near life, two near death situations this month. And I was just telling people, man, I'm not really for all the cameras and all of, the Instagram. It's like, we are the only groups of people. I was watching this when we were having, the town hall meeting, we the only people that put our revolution on TV. It's not gonna work with all these cameras and all these, like, we give away our information. How can we move forward if our enemy knows that we're coming? And for being one of the artists, man, the sacrificing. I was even tripping when I was in jail in DC, regardless of what the situation was. I heard a lot of free David Banner, but I didn't hear nobody calling up to the police station. I didn't hear nobody trying to post no bail. You feel me? So like, it's for me, like these kids in the streets, like it's real. I can't, when the camera, they're waiting for the cameras to cut off for me. You know what I'm saying? Those movie offers are damn sure slowing down. You feel me? So like, I'm watching these real life situations and we going from city to city. Like, it's a very real time in history right now. But what I can say, Killer Mike, when he told Atlanta to go to the black banks, I've been more proud of my people than I've ever been in my life. I've always banked at Citizen Trust. For me, it wasn't no switching over to a black bank. I was always with the black bank since I've been in Atlanta. Right. So I walk in, I go to the bank about 3 to 4 times every week. 2 days in a row, I couldn't even get in the bank. And it was like, Mr. Banner, we'll take you first. I was like, hell no.
Take them.
Let our people do what they do, get this money in this bank. But it made me so proud. And the thing that I will say is our people are ready. We just have to give them very, very simple things to do and explanations for their pain. Yeah. And hopefully that's what I can come here today, and help with, man, because it's funny, man, I never thought about it like this, but 66 Raw and Patchwerk, these were two very integral parts in my life and in my career. I probably spent more at Patchwerk than I brought home in my lifetime. And Raw has always been a part that when my career went up, they were there. That's when my career went down, they were there. When it went back up, they've been there.
That's right.
And even though it's Raw, even when I wasn't so much Raw myself, they still made a place for me. When I decided there's certain things that I wasn't gonna do anymore in my life, that didn't stop our relationship. That didn't stop the waves being open for me. As a matter of fact, they actually opened up more. So I'm proud of my people, man.
So you've been doing interviews and like I just mentioned before you walked in. I agree with you. You saying that the praying, the protests, the debates, the marches are useless and ineffective at this point. How long are we going to keep doing the same thing with no result?
I don't know, as long as I guess we're insane as a people. I said something yesterday. I said, it's funny how when we look at history, and I always ask people, for the most part, would everybody in here agree that our people, as black people, we went with Martin Luther King? Do we agree with that? For the most part, all right? Look at where we are now. Let's be very honest with ourselves. I'm not saying that aspect was totally wrong, but there was something wrong with that approach, or we would not be where we are right now. So maybe, just maybe, we should be doing some more Malcolm-like things. I mean, that's insanity to me. We've been marching, we've been praying, I've been doing it your way all this time. And look at where our kids are. So there's something about our approach as black people, and I'm gonna tell you what we have to be careful of. And this is no criticism of any other artist in the world, but I will say this. We always go and get people who are paid by the same system and people who are very successful in the same system that we're criticizing to be the voice for a revolutionary movement. That does not make sense. Because rich people who got rich with the system being exactly the way that it is, why would they want to change it? Exactly. Bro, if I made money just exactly off of I even think about that, bro. Think about me. When I told black folks they were bitches and hoes and get your ass down on the floor, I got money hand over foot. Yeah. But as soon as I started calling people gods and goddesses, I got more criticism than I ever have in my life. So within saying that, there's a problem with our mentality as a people. Absolutely. But it's too painful to say that something is wrong with our minds. We clinically need help. Like, you know, people go off to war and they have the same syndromes that we have. We don't admit it. You know, and so we think from a white person's perspective. As a matter of fact, in my lectures, in my God Box lectures, I said one of the biggest problems with black people is most black people see themselves through the eyes of white people. Look at the way we dress. Look at the way we wear our hair. Yeah. We try as hard as we can. As a matter of fact, they always talk about black people, but they spend all their time trying to get darker and get a tan. While your ass trying to get lighter. We trying to tuck our lips in. They trying to make their lips and ass bigger. You know what I'm saying? You trying to get all proper and shit, and they trying to be like you. They trying to be rappers. Black people trying to do EDM and everything that they can do to be pop. But Justin Timberlake, Adele, Sam Smith, they singing soul music, and that shit is jamming.
Yep. Not R&B, but soul.
Soul, R&B, whatever. They singing black folks music. Yeah. So at some point, black people are going to have to admit, within ourselves, because I'm going to tell you something, bro. If we are alpha males, we are supposed to clash. We are supposed to disagree. Yeah. That's how we grow. Bro, if you agree with everything that I say, you're a follower. Right. You a slave. Right. And if I allow you to do that, then I'm an egomaniac. We're supposed to check each other, but with the cameras off. And once we at least understand each other, not necessarily agree, then we go out on one accord. Right.
Well, let me ask you this, because you touched on it, like you said, when you were making the music that was more on a negative side, the money was coming in. What do you feel that from the hip-hop standpoint, that hip-hop's responsibility is? Because I speak about this all the time, the music that's going on now. When I was coming up, I came up to KRS-One, and when shit went down, all the artists got together and made a self-destruction. They made a We Are in the Same Gang.
Public Enemy.
You know, Public Enemy was there. We had different artists that were more vocal. And even the ones that weren't necessarily pro-black would try to participate in those moments. Now, like with all this stuff going on over the last few years, not just over the last couple weeks, over the last few years, it's been very few artists that have stepped up and come together. You know, a lot of artists have spoken on it, but not come together.
Why should they? Black folks don't buy music no more anyway.
They're gonna lose their endorsements, the money that they do have coming in.
Yeah, not just that. But like, we expect Jay-Z to come to our rescue when Samsung paid for most of Jay-Z records. Yeah. Black folks don't spend no more money. See, we always put the responsibility on the artist, but regular everyday people have to take responsibility too. Yes. They want everybody to save their souls and save them physically, but they don't support. We have such a slave mentality. We expect everybody to do something for free, and we have no responsibility. Absolutely. You're not giving up your job. You're not coming out of the mailroom, or you're not putting your job up as the mayor for black folks. Policemen ain't putting their jobs up because all policemen know who the bad cops are. They just found out that one of the cops in Dallas was a white supremacist. Black folk, he wasn't just a white supremacist against black people who were out there. If you're a white supremacist, you don't fuck with black people all the way together. And other cops knew that shit. So for me to say that, they expect these young artists who they are trap rappers. They tell you who they are. I respect them more than these so-called hip-hoppers because I'm going to be honest with you. When I be on tour, I'm going to be honest with you. During Katrina, guess who helped me? Jeezy, Tip. Yeah. With the exception of Talib Kweli and a few other rappers like Dead Prayers. Right. That was it. I can't even get in contact with these so-called conscious rappers. But what I will say is this. We are going to have to start being responsible. The answers are going to come from the people, not the artists. The artists are going to respect. I'll give you an example. We talk about hip-hop all the time. See, what people don't understand is I started off of Tila Rock, Mantronics, Stetson Sonic. One of my favorite groups was DITC, Jamalski, Souls of Mischief, Cam from the West Coast. I study hip-hop. Yeah. Raz Kaz. But see, the difference between then and now is it was a reflection of the streets. The reason why Public Enemy was successful, because you could go through New York and see the Nation of Gods and Earths on the corner. You would see the Moors on the corner. You would see even the Christians walking the streets. You know what I'm saying? So it was a reflection of the community. Who do you see out on the block teaching these kids anymore? You don't see it. Hip-hop is a reflection of the community. Hip-hop is sick because America is sick and because black people are sick. And into the everyday community, I'll give you an example. Kids don't really want to sell dope. Kids want to be successful. Yeah. You talk this about stay in school, but my uncle stayed in school. He has a master's degree. He back on the block. If David Banner is successful, sell 1 million copies of the God Box, guess what kids gonna want to be? Fucking David Banner. Right. That's right. But we talk all this, we want kids to be something that we don't even want to be. We talk all this peace shit, but as soon as we get in the club, we complain about trap rap, but as soon as we get in the club, who the first one dabbing? Us. Yeah. So it's nothing wrong with these kids. These kids are a reflection of what we're going through in the streets, and we have become businessmen and women. These same hip-hop blog sites that say they for the community, I didn't see them in Ferguson. I saw CNN. I saw Fox. Where are these people when they bashing my name? Because the white media is supposed to do that. But what about the hip-hop sites? And most of these so-called hip-hop sites are owned by college white boys anyway. That's right. So it's like before we start pointing fingers at these young kids, they children. They 22-year-old kids, 16, 17-year-old kids who in a lot of cases don't know nothing but the streets anyway. And that's who we put our money and our constituency behind. So why would you expect them to know anything but the streets? That's what we paid for. That's real backwards to me. I think these kids are doing what they're supposed to. I think the problem is we left these children. Like, once there wasn't no more money in it, all of us to protect our families, since black folks don't buy music, Exhibit went to MTV. I went and started making movies. Queen Latifah went and started making movies. Ludacris went and started. Everybody that these young kids look up to, the middle class of rap, deteriorated the same way the middle class of America deteriorated. Yeah. And there was nobody left for these kids to look up to. So before we start blaming these kids in the music that's happening right now, when you point one finger, how many fingers pointing back? Right. Cool. These children are a direct reflection of what we are. That's the only reason why I'm rapping again. I don't make no money in hip-hop. I'm gonna be honest with you. Be very real and very open with you. Bro, my checks be so small with hip-hop, I could donate. We used to throw that in the club. Right. I don't make no money off hip-hop. What's funny is, I get my money from Disney, from Gatorade, I did all the music for the World Cup. Yeah. I make more money with doing one commercial. That's the reason why I talk shit the way that I do. Yeah. Cause I know my people not gonna support me. As much as I do, everybody will pat you on the back and say that they love you, but they ain't gonna buy shit. For the most part. But I take that back. My lecture series have been sold out everywhere I go. So let me quit not saying folks not gonna support, because they definitely got me. But I mean, in most cases, I'm a special
always
exception.
Supported you, so we try to.
And then I'm also so sexy, Miss Kitty. You know about this, so like I don't have the problems that other rappers have because I'm physically. What about that, Kurt? What about the guns? Do y'all know I got. Well, they tackled me at the TSA in Atlanta. Y'all didn't hear about this?
Yes.
They were like, how in the fuck are you gonna come in here with weapons of mass destruction? Stop. It's like all these guns that you bring us over. Look at your left arm. Look at those quad muscles. Shit.
Well, if I could just jump in and say something, because I want to touch on something.
How are you?
I'm fantastic. I'm Miss Nico, by the way. It's very nice to meet you. Okay, high five it. All right. But I do want to say that I think and I got a lot of opinions on what's been going on within the last week or so, but part of what I want to say is that a lot of things that people are not getting is knowledge. Like you touched on the black banks. I had no idea personally that, you know, there were black owned banks in Atlanta or DC. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know what they were, where they were, nothing like that. But I did come across an Instagram post that gave a list of all the black owned banks in all the states, I guess, that they can find. And I think that part of the problem is that we just don't have a lot of information.
Yeah.
So that we don't know, you know, and I think that with everything that's going on, I think walking out in traffic makes a statement, but other than making a statement, what is it going to do?
But I do think the information is out there. We just have to seek it.
Yeah.
You know, we have to want to learn.
Right.
You know, and want to seek the information and seek the knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and just like Vanna said, it takes a village to raise these kids.
Right.
You know, and we should all act upon, you know, grabbing up a youth if you don't have any kids of your own,
I got 4.
and knocking some goddamn sense into these kids, because it's not only they're killing us, we're killing us too.
Yeah.
You know, we're killing us in society, we're killing us literally, we're killing us in marketing without any support. So, you know, we gotta come together in that part.
Can I comment on that though? I don't think that black people can be held responsible for them killing themselves. I say this all the time. What people don't understand, everything that made us a person of culture was taken away from us in slavery. You know, our language, our image of God, our understanding of God. Africans didn't come over here acting like niggas. So for over 350 to 500 years, we've been socialized. So think about this, and anybody who follows me, they've heard me say this. Would you guys agree that the central processing unit of a computer is based on the human brain? Would you agree with that? Yeah. Okay, well, let's say, for argument's sake, all the information on the central processing unit was erased. All of it. The mathematics, how its ability to use the internet, how it commingles with other computers. Imagine if all of that was erased, right? Imagine if a virus was uploaded that was called nigger, and the computer started freaking out. Would you blame the computer or the computer program?
The program.
See, black people have never, no new information has ever been uploaded to black people. So we always tell black people to act better. Only thing we know how to do is act like white folks, because nothing else has been uploaded. And it's hard for us to admit it, and black people keep running and running and running. We got a fucking hole in our chest, and we've never healed. We never had social healing. We never had mental healing, emotional healing, physical healing. We fucked up as a people, and we keep saying, do better. So you wonder why it's so easy out of all the words in the English language. Our term of endearment is nigger. That's because that's what white people used to call us. That ain't because it's cool. You know, we got all the hotel folks that want to say niggas. You just say niggas. You don't know any other word in that language. You say niggas because you want to say nigga. Right. Just say nigga. I respect my street dudes more who just say just nigga. But we say nigga because that's what it's the Stockholm Syndrome. So when these kids look at each other and they hate each other and have such a disdain for themselves, and even think about this. And this is no problem with anybody who's light-skinned, because if you're light-skinned, you didn't have a choice.
Hello.
But in most cases, when Africans came to this land, that was darker than Akon. And Akon, my homie, he's slightly purple. I'm just saying, I'm being real. That's how I want my kids to look, like Akon. And in order for you to get lighter, what had to happen to you?
Yeah, raped.
You had to be raped. So when you tell a girl or you tell somebody or one of your boys that you need a light-skinned girl,
I hate that.
you telling them that if your family ain't had no white dick up in you, you're not good enough for me. And you're also saying that my children and my mama and my grandmother is not good enough for me. So when we do all of these things, Miss Kitty, I learned, even for some of the problems that I have in Mississippi, I understand why it is. Do you know what they would do to any slave and this is why we have haters. You know what they would do to any slave that would escape the plantation?
Pit everybody against that.
They would beat everybody nearly to death. We have to be clear, nearly to death. So when people hate you because you getting out of the neighborhood, or Kurt, because you now own the studio, and you wonder why people hate you and you ain't done shit but good things for the community, because you escaping the plantation. When you see somebody speaking knowledge, that's why yesterday I wasn't mad that some people were mad at me. They just don't understand why they freak out. It's called cognitive dissonance also. When you know that something ain't right, but you find a way in your mind to make it right because you have nothing else to base it on, our people are fucked up. So that means it's gonna take a small few of us to stop judging the black people who don't know. You try to teach and we move forward.
For me personally, I know that I want to make a difference as far as my children are concerned. I got 3 daughters, and I don't want them to grow up wanting to be a bad bitch. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, it starts in a home. Certain things, even that dark skin, light skin. I have 4 children. They are all different shades, from light to dark. Like, I have family members that are all different shades from light to dark. That shit is the most ridiculous thing I have ever heard with that light skin, dark skin shit. And that Willie Lynch letter, that shit is real. It still goes on to this day. So I think it starts in the home. It starts with how we raise our kids to respect themselves and not go watch TV and let love and hip hop raise y'all up.
It's like the blind leading the blind.
Exactly. Like, when do we take responsibility for our youth from the time they are young?
So the blind leading the blind.
So I have a few things that I think that we could do. I've been saying, for most of my career now, that white supremacy only respects 2 things. It's the loss of life or the loss of money. A lot of people try to take the loss of life situation and try to take it as a threat. But I want to ask you guys a question. I believe everything in this lifetime is your fault, even if it's not. If someone is bullying you, it's not necessarily your fault that they're bullied, but it's your fault if you don't put your foot back in their ass and make them step off you. Because you can say all day, be nice and I'm going to pray for you, and they still going to be kicking you in your ass. So the truth is, bro, we've been begging, and the thing I don't understand about black folks, you are the fucking victim. Why you yelling peace? You the victim. Your folks are dying. They folks get to go home at the end of the day. I don't understand why we are so fucking sappy that we begging for peace. What you praying for? You are the victim. You have to go and beg cops to just abide by their laws, not by our laws. So the thing that I'm asking people is, if you do something to a cop, are they gonna pray for you? Hell no, they gonna call back up and beat your ass. Or in our case, because we black, kill you. So just by their law, when America wants something, America is one of the most technologically advanced countries in this world, right? They go overseas and bomb a whole community or a whole city of people. You can find 13 people. You got drones. You got fucking satellites. And you mean you can't find 13 people? You gonna kill all of these innocent people? And I'll say this, and I will argue with anybody about this, but I don't have to. But they always try to make us out to be violent. You name one place that an old white man has gone on this earth that he hasn't almost either totally or almost annihilated the indigenous people of that country. Tasmanian people don't exist anymore because of white people. When the last time you seen a Native American and guard? And this is their fucking land. As a matter of fact, since all of y'all love dogs so much and fucking animals, when the last time you seen a buffalo? They killed millions of buffalo just to starve the Native American people. But we're violent. One thing every black man know in this room, if you do something to a white person, you going to jail forever, ever. If you kill a black person, ain't no media coverage, you might get 4 to 6.
Well, I'm saying to correct you, you ain't going to jail. They killing you now.
Yeah, well,
you ain't even getting a chance.
Kitty, put it in their head.
You're not even getting a chance to even make it to the jail. Like, we begging for jail sentences now. Just don't kill me.
Exactly.
You know, it's like,
can you do me a favor real quick?
What?
Can you say shit just for old time's sake? I know it's a serious time with me and you got a certain relationship. Just say shit.
See, they don't know.
Just say shit for me one time.
Shit.
Thank you. I appreciate it. We gotta loosen it up a little bit, y'all. You know?
Just a little bit. We've been so tense.
Yeah.
Can we loosen it up just a little bit? We're gonna go off topic,
right?
We're gonna make them laugh.
All right.
Did you watch the VH1 Hip Hop Honors?
I didn't.
Have you seen what's been going on?
I don't. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be honest with you. People always ask me about what other people are doing in television. I'm too busy trying to make history, you know, to watch what other people are doing. I just don't honestly have the time. And when I do have the time, I'm watching cartoons. I watch Mike Tyson Mysteries, you know, Powerpuff Girls, hold on, We Bare Bears. And
you don't watch Marvel?
Like huh?
You don't watch the Marvel comics?
Yeah, I watch Marvel too.
Yeah.
So I really haven't watched it. And I'm gonna be honest with you, we sold hip hop a long time ago. Like we laugh at the things that are going on right now, but we sold hip hop a very, very long time ago. So like the reflection of what hip hop is what we did. Like, and during those times that they say was the golden age of hip hop, that was actually the time that we sold hip hop away to commercialism. When we was getting the $1 million deals and we stopped caring about the culture. I remember, I never forget that I used to be managed by the Flavor Unit. And I remember Shaquem telling me something I never forget. Them white folks didn't tell him shit. He came in there and got the money and told them what to do. It's like we have sold hip hop. One of the reasons why I stopped producing so much, y'all, I'm gonna be honest with you. It wasn't because I walked away from hip hop. I just couldn't stomach little 19-year-old white boys, interns, saying that they A&Rs telling me what to do with black music, especially Southern black music. For you to feel comfortable enough that you think you can tell me about something I had a part in, that show you that they have ownership with not only our lives. And I'm gonna tell you something. One of the reasons why, and this relates with music, one of the reasons why they kill and treat us the way that they do and we won't admit it, because they really still think we their slaves. They do. They don't think that we have a right to have a culture, that we have a right to think that we are equal to them. And what's crazy that they always tell us not to petition, they tell us not to war, they tell us not to do these types of things. But what was the American Revolution about? They always talk about immigration. You the fucking immigrant? Yeah, you talk about Mexicans and Native Americans. Part of America was all Mexican folks. Yeah. So we as black people, the reason why we're gonna suffer, because we are gonna have to take responsibility for the residual evil and the comforts that we take for laying up under them. And that's even hip hop. And that's why hip hop is in the position that it is. It's not these children. It's commercialism.
Real quick before we get you out of here, NAACP talking about police accountability. They're saying disproportionate incarceration, racially motivated policing strategies, and racial bias, discriminatory and mandatory minimum sentencing will end. What are your thoughts that the NAACP will really follow through to try to get these things done?
I hate to talk about these kind of things online because it causes that same crease that you were talking about between the old and the young.
Yeah.
But this has been happening all the time, and they've done nothing about it.
Nothing new.
Right.
No, I'm talking about them. They've had how many years to do all of this kind of stuff? And black folks, we run up under Hillary Clinton. Her family is the reason why over 600,000 black people are in jail when her husband signed the Nonviolent Drug Act. That's what opened the doors to all of these laws that's put, or most of these laws that are put in black, put 600,000. So while we're critiquing Trump, which Trump is a problem, but the Clinton family as a whole helped put America in the hole that it's in. Yeah. They deregulated banks, which caused the housing crash, which caused all of these conglomerates to own all the radio stations and all of the venues. The Clinton family did that. So she pull out hot sauce and we get all emotional. The Clinton and the Bush family and the Reagan family are almost one fucking family. Yeah. I'd rather deal with some new shit than the old shit that we constantly been going through. So them, I don't know, the stuff that they're talking about is stuff to fix problems that have already happened.
Right.
I think I'm equal or better.
Right.
We fighting for equality. Equality is not even in my mind. I want my own.
Yeah. You want the equity.
Exactly. You know, so for us, I'll just say this. There are a few things that we're gonna have to do with cops. Yeah. One of the things that I said, imagine this. And somebody said, you know, they would get in so much trouble if they changed the laws. But I was like, New York went against the Second Amendment of the Constitution. You can't bear arms in New York. Am I right?
Yeah.
Isn't that what the second Constitution is? The right to bear arms, right?
Yeah.
So if New York can do that, why can't you make at least one person in a cop car be from the community? Because let me ask you this. If
They don't want that.
if a person was from the community and they knew that their children had to go to school with whoever you killed, or you had to walk down the block with that person, you wouldn't do what you do. What you would do. They have no vested interest in our community. The second thing I think black folks need to do, and I'm serious about this, research these crooked cops' families.
Yeah.
Put their wives and daughters and sons on blast.
That's right.
And I'm not saying do anything to them, but even if their peers knew what their parents were doing, it would change. The other thing, do as much research on these cops as you do background checks on us.
No, that's right.
Information
You mean to tell me all of a sudden you just finding out that this dude was a white supremacist and he had the white supremacist tattoo on his hand?
Yeah.
Let me tell you, I used to work for TSA in DC and down here in Atlanta. They background check the shit out of you, your mama, your daddy, your grandma, your siblings, just your kid. You gotta put everybody on this so you know they know what's going on if you working for the police. They know.
So until, I'll just say this in short and I'll cut it short. Until cops feel like there's a consequence. Ladies, I'm gonna give you an example. If your husband was beating you, right? But every day you was giving him that good loving regardless. And you scream and you holler and you cuss, you fuss and you pray. But he keep beating your ass, but you still keep giving him that good loving. Is he gonna stop beating you? He's not. He's not unless there's a consequence. What? Yeah? You said that, not David Banner.
I'm a snap.
Or not give him that
Fatal
ass.
attraction.
Or whatever. There has to be a consequence.
It's like I ain't say that.
We look at cops as if they're different than any other animal. A dog gonna keep biting you and biting you, or a mosquito gonna keep biting you and biting you until you spray some shit on his ass.
Yeah.
Or,
Kill him.
so it means I didn't say kill him. You said kill him. They're trying to put me in jail forever if I say it. But there has to be some consequences, whatever that may end up being.
All right, Banner, before we let you go, I just want to open up the floor for 2 questions. Does anybody have a question for, anybody in the room have a question for Banner?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Banner, quick question. What is the plan moving forward? We understand the march is not working. You said, oh, well, I come from a church praying family, so I'm going to say we got to continue to pray. But I served in the military. I did 2 tours, Iraq and Afghanistan. So I believe in the right to bear arms. I believe in all this. What do we need to do to move forward? Obviously, the marching, going inside the highways, blocking, that doesn't work. I'm against that. I personally believe that we need to get into the local government. We gotta use their system to beat them. We trying to form our own system to beat them, which is not gonna work. So what is your idea? What is your plan? What do you think we need to do to move forward?
Let me ask you a quick question, right? Okay. Let's say if you had this mathematical equation, right? And it said 2 + 2 = 5, right?
Right.
If you became a part of that equation, but the answer was wrong, it was 5, does it matter if you're a part of that equation or not? You're trying to be a part of a broken system that does not work. It don't matter. See, that's what I keep telling you. We think it's white and it's black. It's the system. So you get in a system that has constraints and you try to abide by a constitution that was written and you were a slave. It was never talking about you. Do you know what policemen were? Policemen, the first job for a policeman when policemen were created was to round up escaped slaves and protect slave masters' property. It's not broken. It's doing exactly what it's supposed to do. See, integration is the biggest problem with black people. We're trying to be a part of something that we are not and is not for you. You can do it. I'm not criticizing you if that's the way that you feel like it should be done. But then again, you're giving them power. That's the same way people in college. They want to grow up and go work for IBM. You're gonna go get all this knowledge and your mama is breaking her ass and daddy breaking your ass to send you to college and you won't come and create your own IBM. Not get on the internet, create your own internet. Not get a TV station, create your own TV, period. See, we want to be, we expect revolution, but we still want white folks' toys. No other race of people does that. You don't see Jewish people trying to go get under Nazis, do you? Do you? I'm asking.
No,
it's not fucking logical.
They don't do it.
So why are we trying to do it?
So what's the plan forward?
So with me, the plan, this is the plan for me. What Killer Mike said was so very important. Believe it or not, the first thing that I saw people start doing when they took their money out their banks and put it in our banks is the first step. The second step is we are going to have to get together as a conglomerate and figure out who are the lawyers, who are the people who are with us, and then we're going to have to, amongst each other, say these are the rules and these are the consequences. So if somebody does something to our children, they're going to have to serve to whatever those secret consequences that I would never say in front of people. See, part of the problem is I have solutions. But for me to say them and put them on TV, then they can throw me and any of my solutions really quick. It's not for us to say it right here. Right. You know what I'm saying? But what I will tell you is we have been socially engineered. Do you know what a social engineer is? Like the ghetto is not was not a mistake. The ghetto was an experiment that the Nazis did on Jewish people. You put any animal in a confined situation with limited resources, they're going to tear each other apart. So for white people to even say ghetto, that means they know what it was and they know how we going to react when you put us in it. So we are almost a scientific experiment and we expect rappers. Only reason why I can do it, bro, I was SGA president. Anybody who's in this room, I've always been this. Even at my drunken, oversexed worst, Kurt, was I not the same person? I've always been the same. I'm built for this. But most rappers are not. They're rappers. Why don't we go to the people that we pay for solutions to do it? We expect the rappers and the basketball players, and we don't say shit to our mayor. Or nobody else's mayor. Or our president. Obama would jump on TV quicker than anything when he got something to do with the police, but not the people who elected him? Or did we really elect him? I wonder. Yes, sir. I gotta go after him. Yes, sir.
Just real quick, my name is Kale. I'm one of the interns here at Patchwerk. I'm probably one of the younger people in this room. I'm only 22 years old. I'm a college student at Oakwood University.
You calling me old?
No.
Nah, I just messing with you, dog. Now, you know I'm young and I got more of my life to live than your ass, baby.
I said that because, you know, my experiences are limited by my 22 years. And, I'm a college student at a small HBCU in Alabama. So my question,
what college is that?
Oakwood University.
Rep them, bro.
Yeah. OU all day, man. Okay. OU has got that hump. So I actually wrote a poem about.
Well, go ahead. Don't talk about it. Do it.
All right. It goes. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say or do at this point does not really matter because your skin color has already confessed to the crime. You have the right to an attorney who would try his hardest to see that justice is served, but a jury of your peers, aka our attorneys, already has him outmatched 12-1. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be provided to you free of charge because he is already on our payroll. Do you understand these rights as they have been read to you? Whoa. I said don't move. I see you reaching for your 9mm wallet. I see you reaching for your 38 caliber inhaler. Whoa, I said don't move. Stop breathing. You're puffing up your chest. I feel threatened. Stop resisting arrest. Is that a weapon? Lay down. No. Face down. No. Face ground. Bang, pow. Oops, I did it again. I'm a pop star. No, I'm a pop star. No, I'm a cop star. No, by the time I get back to the precinct, I will be a rock star. Clap for 'em. I have more trophies with black names on them than BET award winners. Clap for 'em. They are going to honor me at the NYPD award dinner. Clap for 'em. They are probably going to throw me a parade. Clap for 'em, cause when I clap for 'em, they go to the grave. Black boys' cries fall on deaf white ears. Black mothers' tears keep graveyard grass green. And black men's bones are the gavel with which judges finalize false convictions. Wake up, black boys. It's time to declare war. I wonder how I wonder how Trayvon Martin's mother feels, knowing that her son is a household name, but he is not a household body. I wonder when Tamir Rice died playing cops and robbers, if he still saw the former more innocent than the latter. I wonder if Freddie Gray's family can still say grace over their food, even though their prayers could not stop the thief that robbed him of his last breath. I'm tired. I'm tired of going to funerals where babies are being buried in boxes no bigger than the ones they put their toys in. I'm tired of not being able to say see you later to my friends. We're steady having to practice our last words to each other. I'm tired of telling my girlfriend let's wait until we're married. I'm scared that she will walk down the aisle and see me in a box before she sees me in a tuxedo. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired. I wonder if America will be alarmed when she wakes up and realize that black folk ain't sleeping no more. I'm tired of living in a country whose laws are written as lullabies to black people. I'm tired. I'm tired because the American dream is the African American nightmare. I'm tired. I'm tired because I'm forced to stay woke, and if I finally go to sleep, I might stay asleep forever.
All right.
I don't know that you should just leave it like that. Drop the mic and walk away.
No further questions.
Man.
My name is
That was
David Banner.
deep.